Hello, Westford. About 200 parents attended a school safety forum on March 12. The Board of Health got an update on a condemned Groton Road property, and the weather took center stage once again this week, bringing another nor'easter on March 13. I'm Nancy Burns, filling in for Ira Keltz this week. It's time for WestfordCAT News. Before we get started, I want to remind you to subscribe to our free online publication at WestfordCatNews.org. It's delivered to your inbox every morning at 6 a.m. And if your civic or cultural organization has an event coming up, email the information to news@WestfordCAT.org and we'll put it in our daily news publication. We start with our feature of the week. Westford and the region faced its third nor'easter within 11 days on March 13. Westford was covered in 22 inches of snow. Nearby Billerica hit the region's jackpot with over 25 inches. Fortunately, this latest storm gave us a lighter blanket of the white stuff. The storm on March 7 left plenty of heavy, wet snow. It took down trees, branches, and power lines all over town. It also shut down schools, businesses, and retail outlets. 90% of our National Grid customers were plunged into darkness, including our own household. Many residents were without electricity for at least 2 days from March 8 to the 11th. By that point, electricity was restored to all but a handful of customers. But that doesn't get National Grid officials off the hook. Town manager Jody Ross posted a statement on Facebook. She said that she'd contacted Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito to register her discontent with the company. Among other things, she felt there weren't enough crews in the scene. The first nor'easter this year took place between March 1 and 3. It flooded the coastal region, but had little impact on Westford and surrounding towns. Stay tuned to WestfordCAT News online for information and weather alerts. WestfordCAT News now has a link on our website directly to the Westford weather page of local resident, meteorologist, and executive weather producer for WBZ-CBS, Terry Eliason. The March 7 storm prompted the town's health department to open a shelter at the Cameron Senior Center for people who had lost power. Here's Health Director Jeff Stevens with more.
Obviously with the storm, everybody was out of power. We ended up opening up a warming station, which kind of morphed into a shelter for a couple of days.
It was an overnight warming center.
It was an overnight, it was a 24-hour warming station
center
that had 18 cots in it.
Not a shelter.
And it went extremely well. We got a lot of help out of the school system, so Bill Olson and his staff did a great job getting us people for food. The police and fire were fantastic. The residents that stayed were unbelievable. Jen Claro's crew over there stayed late, and Nancy Burns got the MRC to fully staff all the overnights, all the extra days, extra bodies around for calls. I think we're all gonna have to sit down and think about what, if anything, didn't really work, but it was really, really a good experience, and I think it went extremely well.
In other Board of Health news, members were given an update on the code violations at a 3-unit house at 472 Groton Road. Board members condemned the building on January 17. They'd received letters from the renters saying that the house had no running water since December 3rd. They also claimed that 2 of the units had no heat since early January.
There have been a comedy of errors with the contractor who has had delays and setbacks due to illness, due to weather, due to snow. It's been slow going, but it is going forward. The heat is on in all the units. The hot water is restored.
How did they deal with this storm? Did they lose power over there?
You know what? I don't know.
Yeah.
They did, yeah. So, but they replaced every pipe in there with PEX, so the chances are it's probably not going to be leaking, at least not the way it was, you know, so.
I didn't hear of any freeze-ups in town either. It just wasn't really cold enough.
No, thank
Right,
God.
yeah.
So The project is still going on with another 12 to 18 inches of snow coming. I don't know when they're going to finish it. But we've done inspections every day as directed. And
Every day?
Yeah, we're out there almost every day. Ray goes out almost every day, and I think you go out if she can't.
Yep.
They have a portion of the second means of egress built. There's a platform to the second floor that's in place. The third floor, they've started. They don't have any treads or risers on the stairs, but the stringers are in place. So they're getting close.
Watch the entire Board of Health meeting at WestfordCAT.org. An hour-and-a-half forum on school safety brought about 200 parents to the Stony Brook School on March 12. The discussion gave parents a chance to ask questions about security measures taken, how mental health issues play into the issue, and what the hiring practices are for non-teaching staff members. On March 6, a school custodian was allegedly discovered to have a firearm in his car on the grounds of the Crisafulli School where he worked. Here's parent Lene Tripp airing her concerns.
Yes, he was arrested, and the communication about that was great. He was arraigned. We found out from the newspaper, not from your office, that he was put on house arrest. Again, great. I don't, as a parent, consider this done. If anyone here has saw his social media, and by a show of hands, did people see his social media? A good number of people here did. And it was pretty terrifying as a parent to see what this kid, 21 years old, put out in the world. And thank you so much to Jeff Pabau for following up on this. We're so thankful. But I don't consider this done. If this kid was disgruntled before or unhappy before, after we arrested him and fired him from his job, does he feel better? Nope. I want to know what's going to happen next.
Watch the entire discussion at WestfordCAT.org by searching for the March 12 School Committee meeting. Guns in schools were the focus of a Main Street interview that took place on March 2. Al Prescott is co-founder of Westford Pro 2A, a group advocating for Second Amendment rights. MJ Lanham is a member of Indivisible Westford, which is a nonpartisan, issue-based group. The two speakers discussed whether teachers should be armed and addressed other issues surrounding guns. Hosting the program was WestfordCAT News Director Joyce Polino Crane. Here, Prescott and Lanham discussed the mental health issues associated with gun violence.
When you look at like the extreme risk protection orders, I think that if you have somebody who is at extreme risk of harming themselves or someone else, then it would be interesting to see these pass so that their access to firearms is removed.
I'll even go a step further than that, all right? Because to me, passing a law, and I don't like the language of most of the Massachusetts proposed laws at this point in time. The language basically comes down to an administrative process with no due process to come in and take someone's firearms away if they're a danger. I don't want the guns taken away from the person. I want the person taken away from the guns and put into treatment.
To watch the entire interview, visit WestfordCAT.org. Here's Bill Olson with news about the schools.
Hi, this is Superintendent of Schools Bill Olson with a school system update. Recently, we had a very good, very successful public forum at the school committee meeting in March to talk about school safety. Between 100 and 150 residents attended. There were some very, very good questions, good suggestions, good comments. I'm not going to talk about weapons because that's a politically ideological argument that is not the subject of my discussion with you right now. But I will tell you in terms of our schools, we continue to work on preparing our schools and our staff and our students within the schools to deal with emergencies. So what I'd like you to know is we've spent a considerable amount of time in the last 15 to 20 years on school safety, and we won't end with our work. It will continue, and it will continue endlessly to make sure that we provide as safe a work and school environment as possible. The second topic I want to discuss with you very briefly is the last day of school this year, which is June 27th. That's a Wednesday, June 27th. We've had 9 no school days this year, the most I have ever seen in all my years in education. Last year, we had a total of 2 days of school being canceled, so it can vary greatly. One of the things we're looking at this present time is how might we be able to recapture some of the days lost? Do we add minutes to the day? Do we consider Saturday school? I won't recommend to the school committee that we take away April vacation because many families have put down sizable deposits on family vacations, and that's very important family time. So there are alternatives that we're looking at right now to try and gain back somewhere between 3 to 5 days of school. So I will stay in touch with you. I will be informing the school committee certainly first, because that's my obligation as the superintendent. But stay tuned because we may have some alternative plans for recapturing some of the days that we've lost, such that school can get out just a little bit earlier in June than the current June 27th date. Always interested in your comments and your suggestions. Bill Olson, I look forward to seeing you next time.
Here's a WestfordCAT weather forecast taken from weather.com. Rekha Sharma brings you information on the health benefits of a low-carbohydrate diet.
Hi everyone, I am Rekha Sharma, your Ayurveda practitioner, back with a new health tip for WestfordCAT News. Today I am going to talk about health benefits of eating low-carb diet. People who eat low-carb diet have lower risk of diabetes, weight gain, and less chances of inflammation of the joints. Low carbs taken at frequent intervals keeps you active and your glands function better in releasing hormones. It reduces bloating and maintains a healthy water element of the body. You can have 1 bowl of oatmeal in the morning and quinoa in the afternoon. Quinoa has little carbs and more protein and is an excellent substitute for rice and can be mixed with any vegetables of your choice. Prefer multigrain bread or gluten-free. If you have any allergies, please contact your PCP before consuming. I'll be back with a new health tip. Bye for now.
Here's WestfordCAT Marketing Outreach Manager Sarah Fletcher with suggestions for things to do around town.
Thanks, Nancy. Beginner ballroom dance instructions begin March 22nd at 8 p.m. at the DNE School of Dance on 66 Princeton Street in North Chelmsford. The program is offered through the Rodenbush Community Center. Classes run for 6 consecutive Thursdays. Add a little spice to your life in this class. Beginners will dance to slow and fast contemporary music, as well as popular ballroom rhythms. Learn the waltz, foxtrot, rumba, and swing in a relaxed and easy atmosphere. The registration fee is $105. Visit rodenbush.org for more information. The Millworks Sports and Health Complex will be hosting an open house on Saturday, March 24th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. The open house will feature events for all ages, classes and activities, and free refreshments. There will be a ribbon cutting ceremony with the Neshoba Valley Chamber of Commerce at 10 a.m. and Little Kickers Soccer will host a complimentary Easter egg hunt from 12 to 12:30 p.m. led by Kicker, the bunny mascot. Come take a tour of the 180,000 square foot facility. Millworks is located at 22 Town Farm Road in Westford. Also on March 24th, beginning at 10 a.m., is the annual town meeting at the Abbott School. Voters will decide a total of 28 articles, including one that seeks to reduce the use of plastic bags by retailers in town. WestfordCAT will live stream the meeting, and a recap of the results will be posted on westfordcatnews.org. I'm Sarah Fletcher for WestfordCAT News. Back to you, Nancy.
That's it for now, Westford. We leave you with scenes of the damage caused by the March 7 nor'easter.